In 16 days from now, Philippines will choose its next president. While there are many candidates for the position, the competition is mainly between two contenders. That is Ferdinand Marcos Jr., who is the son of the Philippines' longtime former dictator, and current Vice President Leni Robredo. Now, the upcoming presidential election is likely to bring the power the son of the country's longtime dictator. We are talking about Marcos Jr. Now, according to the latest opinion polls, he has an upper hand with 56% of people supporting him, while Philippines' current Vice President Robredo has the backing of 24% of the people. In the Philippines' one-round system, a candidate does not need to win a majority to be elected as the president. The system further favors Marcos Jr., who would still be an overwhelming favorite even if his support base slides a bit. Although the country has deep-rooted problems, with its economy being hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic and growing levels of poverty, the presidential elections have mainly focused on some other issues, like personalities of the candidates and the future of the country's freedoms, which have given a stimulus to Marcos Jr., who has won extensive public support for positioning himself as a savior for a country that is being battered by the repercussions of COVID-19. Now, apart from this, Marcos is also drawing some degree of nostalgia from Marcos Sr.'s era, from the year 1965 to the year 1986. According to some Filipinos, the country's situation back then was better than the current dire situation. More is that Marcos Jr. has entered into an alliance with three other powerful political families. That is the Arios, the Estradas, and the Dutertes. Duterte's daughter is also effectively running as vice president with Marcos Jr. With this, both of the families could dominate the executive and legislative branches of the country. While on the other hand, Leni Robredo, who is the current vice president of the country, has made protecting democracy and fighting graft as the centerpieces of her campaign. Although both Marcos Jr. and Robredo have both made vague pledges to improve healthcare and to fight poverty, the overriding issue still remains the long-term survival of Philippines democracy.
WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.